Welcome to Picture Book Chat, where we feature a handful of new picture books each month and discuss what makes them great. Whether you're a parent, caregiver, or teacher, you're bound to find some wonderful reading suggestions from librarians Mary Ellen Brax and Sheri Boggs.
Well, hello. Welcome to Picture Book Chat. I'm Mary Ellen, and this is Sheri.
Hello.
And we're here to share some brand new picture books with you today. I have one that I'm very, very excited about. If you all remember Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, we have Chicka Chicka Tricka Treat, and that is a tongue twister.
Yeah, I'm glad you're doing it.
But it's so much fun. So it's by Julien Chung. So it's based off the Chicka Chicka Boom Boom book by Bill Martin and John, what is it? Art Hembolt. I'm sorry if I mispronounced the name. But this is a really fun one, and it's done in the same vein as Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, except it's Chicka Chicka Tricka Treat, and it is a fun one. Of course, I always love the end papers, right? And this is really nice, so you could have some fun with the letters, and even on the end papers. But it has the rhyming. I love a rhyming book. It's great for preschoolers. A told B and B told C, let's sneak to the top of the creaky old tree. And it goes through and it does the same things with the letters going up to the top, but everybody is, it's all based around Halloween. So this page ends with Chicka Chicka Tricka Treat, everybody sneak a sneak. So this is one I would definitely practice. I feel like I still really haven't practiced it enough to read it out loud, although I would give it a try. But it's got that nice black background, so it seems like it's nighttime. And then everything is rhyming. So that is fun. But, here we have some spiders. We've got some skeleton hands. So if you're really into Halloween, this is a fun one that isn't really scary at all.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, they're going up to do trick or treat, and then there's a little ghost that goes boo. But all through it, you get this nice rhyming, you get the letters. If the kids are familiar with Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, they're going to have a lot of fun with this one. And as you get through there, it's just keeps on going. There's lots to look at the page, so you can read it to a group, I think, very well because it rhymes and everything. But it's also great for smaller groups or one-on-one because you can really talk about the letters. You can talk about colors in this one. You can talk about the different things with Halloween, like the pumpkin and the bat, and then suddenly there's a tennis racket. So you could talk about that a little bit. And I just noticed with the tennis racket, you can match it to the T here. So that's kind of fun. But I do love that, they get down to the end and it's Chicka Chicka Trick or Treat, everybody time to eat. And then there's all the candy there, which of course we know the kids love. But I love the end papers on the back too, because again, it's all the letters, but it's BOO for boo at the end. And I just thought that was so clever. So it looks like I didn't realize Chicka Chicka Ho Ho Ho. I didn't realize that. So, I will have to put a hold on that one and take a look at it myself. But yes, I thought this was really fun. I would definitely use it in story time. I would, use it in a classroom. If you've got a classroom that does do Halloween, I know we've gone to more of the fall and harvest type story times around that time. But if you're a big fan of Halloween, I think this would be a fun one to add to your collection and read to your kids. What do you think, Sheri?
I love everything that you're saying about it. I like about it too. I love the foil accents. I think the cover's super attractive. I was noticing like the different ears on some of the letters. Some of them match, like the rabbit ears on the R. But like V has a little pig nose. I have no idea why.
Right. And like
And
now
you could
that you
talk about
mention it, the weights,
Yeah, and the T has
Ew.
the tennis racket in the
Yeah.
ball, but by the end of the book, it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
W has a clown nose.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of fascinating in that
Yeah.
regard. And the S has like these little cow ears. So I'm not sure if the text gets into that, but it's kind of fascinating. And
Mm-hmm.
I love a book where you can kind of get into the illustrations independent of what's going on in the
Right.
text. And I think for kids that love to look at those little details, this
Mm-hmm.
book has a lot of great stuff.
Right.
And you can ask, like, you know, what
Right.
kind of hat is that? What,
Yeah.
you know, why do you think it's on the eye? I don't know. Because you can't spell wizard without an I. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's, and I love like the little Halloween elements, like the vampire teeth on the E,
Mm-hmm.
the bat wings on the P.
Yeah.
How the O becomes like a spider.
Right.
But it's great. I can start to feel like, as a buyer, I can start to feel cynical about like classic picture books that the publishers just
Yeah.
just keep redoing. But this one feels solid. Like this doesn't feel like maybe the cash grab some of the other ones could be.
Right. And I felt like all the rhymes worked.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel like they're struggling to make a rhyme work in a book.
And you don't notice it until you're trying to read it out loud.
Right. Just trying to keep with the theme. So I think that's what impressed me first, before I realized that the letters, some of the things didn't match up with the letters. But it's a good discussion point. I mean, for kids, if you really wanted to, what letter could that be? I say a pig nose. Well, what letter does pig stand, start with?
And maybe the kids are smarter than us. Like, I was just looking at this page back here, and I'm like, where did it go? Oh, it's like the S.
Yeah.
That's probably for spots.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So, try it out with your kids. See if maybe they make connections that I still don't get the V, but
Yeah, and maybe it's just because they were jumbled up when they fell and they're coming back up.
Yeah.
Maybe you could match them that way.
Yeah. It's an enigma.
Yeah. But I do love the book. So
yeah, it's great.
So it's a fun one to read aloud. But like I said, practice reading it before a group. To get the cadence of it.
Yeah.
But I thought just even the way they put it together, sometimes some books seem a little awkward with their rhyme, trying to make the rhyme work, that it's not the same cadence as the rest of it. But as I read through this, I was like, oh, yeah. I mean, I was reading it out loud in my office. Luckily, I'm alone in my office these days. But it was fun to see that it actually did work very well. So in terms of the rhyme.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's so important when you're using it with a group or story time. Like, you don't want to be stumbling over meter that doesn't work.
And you want the kids to be able to get why it rhymes, so so that's great for literacy, building literacy skills. So
but solid effort.
Yes. So on the back, here's the barcode that you can scan, and then it'll take you right to our catalog to place a hold on it.
Excellent.
The next one has a nighttime theme too.
I know.
This is fun.
Really cool. This is Millie, Millie Fleur Saves the Night. This is the sequel, of course, to the first Millie Fleur book, and she's all about having a crazy wild garden. And sometimes the townspeople don't understand, which is what happens. See, this is very cool. Look at this light. This is a clue to the text. So she lives in this town that's afraid of the dark. Every evening when the sun dipped below the horizon, the townspeople raced home and switched on their lights. So she talks about how there's light through the whole town, and it's every house, of course, except hers. And she's got this wonderful Addams Family, Munsters kind of house.
Yeah.
Which I just love the visual kind of callback to your classic haunted houses in pop culture. And to her, it's not dark enough. And you find out it's because there are certain plants. And of course, the townspeople are just like, no, we need the light. It's because the dark is afraid to be around all that light. And so this creature here is kind of the personification of the dark. And I love how kind of cuddly and sweet it looks. And so all of these night creatures follow the dark and Millie to it turns out to be her night garden. And I love that you see like there's frogs and owls. Like you can talk about all these different animals that prefer to be in the dark.
Right.
And so it ends up being this great book about light pollution.
Yeah.
And I, like a lot of my neighbors, I have those big string lights in my backyard. And this book kind of gave me pause. I'm like, I wonder how many little night creatures are having trouble in my backyard. Like, because it's like, I've got these huge lights strung up. My neighbor's got lights. The 2 houses away has lights. And it also talks about the concept of like a moon garden. So she's got all these things that only bloom at night. And these are like imaginary, but then there's also real plants like night blooming jasmine. You know, I know there are people that plant like a moon garden, like all white flowers and things that only like release their scent at night. So it's really kind of a lovely book in talking about the night and like the importance of darkness.
Right.
In a really imaginative and playful way. So yeah, I like this one a lot. What did you think of it? Do you think it would be a good story time book?
I think it would be. I would definitely do preschool for this one.
Yeah.
And I like how the town all comes together and she gets the town together. It's got a nice community feel that they end up really appreciating her garden and what it is. I also love the science in it.
Yeah.
And at the back pages, they do have a couple of notes here about it.
Oh, yeah.
And they have the author's note, and she talks about how she was afraid of the dark. And then so she found out that at nighttime, this is when the magic happens. And so I like the way she framed that. I think it would be great for kids that might be afraid of the dark.
Yeah.
You know, that there are some night things. And so she refers to herself as a night blooming flower because she gets her best ideas while everyone else is sleeping. But then they talk about some of the plants, too, that do well in the dark and maybe have some glow. They talk about lightning bugs, which we don't have here, but that lightning bugs are endangered because of the light pollution. So that's just an interesting aside, too, that you can talk about. You know, a lightning bug, you know, have we ever seen one of those?
Yeah.
And so I do like that piece of it too, because you could use it as a jumping off point for older kids that, you know, you may be talking about gardening and putting together a garden. And so, and doing the balance between what likes the daylight, what likes the dark. So yeah, I thought it was a really fun one. I didn't know what to expect with this one. But I too love that the creature of the night that it's cuddly.
It's cuddly. I know, and I love that she's consoling it.
Yeah.
It definitely makes the dark way less threatening.
Yeah. So I thought it was a fun book. And it would be fun to read. You know, especially now that it's getting darker early.
Yeah.
I think this would be a fun one to read and maybe shut off your lights and go out back.
I love that idea.
And just see what difference you see. I think that would be a good thing for the kids to see the difference between the night and the dark with their gardens and their yards.
Yeah. Like how magical would that be?
Yeah. I know we have to watch out for skunks in our which is a lot of the reasons why some of us have lights that we flip on so that we can see what's out there.
Yeah. Before you let the dog out.
Yeah. But yes, I do really like it. And I love like the houses in it and the illustrations are beautiful. Just how they depict that darkness so well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a winner. I would definitely recommend it. I'll probably take them home this weekend so my neighbors can read them.
Oh, good. That's always fun.
Yeah. And I love how the back page is dark, but the front end papers were light.
Yeah.
Too.
Like the artificial light and then the moonlight.
Yeah. So that would be a nice thing to point out to the kids too. There's a lot in this book that you can take a look at. So while it's great to read to a group, I think it's also great one-on-one because there's lots of things that you can pick out in the pictures and talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this one a lot. So if you also think you would like it, scan the code right here and you can place a hold.
Yes. fun
I
one.
love that on the back. Don't forget to turn out the light.
Yeah.
So what do we have next, Mary Ellen?
We have another garden book that's during the day. This is a fun book, and this is by Janna Matthies, illustration by Tisha. I do love the illustrations in here. The end papers are gorgeous with the little rabbits in the garden. But this is sung to a tune. You can sing this book too. You don't have to because, again, it's got the rhyming in it, which is really nice. Works on literacy skills. This also works on math skills. But the tune is over in the garden, in the weeds, in the sun, bent a brave little gardener with her little shovel one. Dig, set the garden, I dig, set the one. And she dug and she tugged in the weeds, in the sun. And it's another one that, if you get it going enough, this would be one I'd have to practice and get the tune down. I always struggle on that last line. It just, with the right tune, in the right key. But it's a fun one. So it goes through and it's counting, and then there's 2. And so, wobbled twin little gardeners with their perky pups too. And then you can see, well, what do you see in 2s on the page? And And then they chase the bunnies, which is always fun. So there's lots to look at in this. This would be one, again, I would do in preschool story time just because the text is a little bit longer. But I think it would be great if you've got a 2-year-old who sits and loves music. I think this would be a good one to use also. And then, it just goes on with different things in the garden. And I think the illustrations are beautiful. To me, they really pop. They're nice and colorful. Like down in the corner here, you see 2 little mice with a little apple that's eaten. But then you can see there's 2 apples here. And then, and just kids working in their gardens, which is a lot of fun. Because that gardening is something kids could help you with.
Yeah.
The little turtle eating the leaf. There's lots to look at, lots to see. Little bees to point out. And then, yes, it just ends up where they are, they come up to 10, and then they talk about, as they work in the garden again and again and again. But they go through the seasons here. So you start off in the spring, and then here's the fall, and then the end papers.
So cute.
Yeah, it really is a cute one. It caught my eye just as we were walking through the shelves here the last time, which I thought it would make a fun story time book. So, here they're all in their hats, keeping warm, winter. There's some hot chocolate or something. So, lots to look at. What did you think about this one?
I love this one too. I like the over in the garden rhyme is kind of a classic in picture books. And when I used to do story time at the library system I worked at before this, it's so funny. I never knew the actual song. So I have a completely, I would do rains, rain sang the gardener, spring rain sang L9, and they danced and they pranced in a shelter of pine. It's almost like poetry. And that's how I ended up reading it.
Which you can do. You can do both.
Yeah, and if you're not comfortable singing.
Yeah, and I think doing both, too, to get a different aspect of it is kind of fun, too.
Yeah, and emphasizing the different words, and especially, the numbers as you call them out as you go.
Right.
So, and we've got a ton of over in the, rainforest or over in the desert kind of books by a different author, and I'm blanking on the name of that author. So it's always fun to see different creators kind of tackle that classic structure. And I love all the details in this.
Right.
I just noticed her playing the violin.
Yeah, right.
It's got this great kind of high energy playfulness to it.
Right.
And like you were pointing out, there's all this wonderful stuff going on in the details with this. It's got a diverse cast of characters. And on the page where they were composting, let me go back to that. I love that you're seeing, I don't know if I've ever seen a composting bin in a kid's picture book. And so I love that there's this thing that's kind of unfamiliar that you can talk about as kind of STEM
Right.
Talking about how composting works. And again, like this language is just, it's so poetic.
Right.
Turn, said the gardener, return, said the three, and their spoils turned to soil by a bud-covered tree.
They did an excellent job with the rhymes and making it really stick with the theme too of the garden. So,
it really works.
I was really impressed with that.
Yeah.
It made sense, so they weren't trying to force it. So I wonder how long it took them to come up with that. That's what I think of these rhyming books, that just seem to flow so nicely and really make sense in a picture book that, how long it takes to come up with that.
Yeah.
The writing process.
Yeah. That you can see plenty that aren't very strong in that regard. So when you see one that gets it right, it's just like, oh, chef's kiss.
Yes.
Well done.
Yes. So, a fun one. It'd be great to do actually any time of year because they show a greenhouse in here too. You could talk about gardening in the winter in a greenhouse. So it would be, I think I tend to use it mostly in spring. But, but you could use it any time of year.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
Yeah. So again, here's the barcode on the back of the book. And you can scan that to go directly to our catalog if you want to place a hold on it. Okay, we have one last
I'm so
book.
excited.
I know, this is a fun one.
So this is Recess by Lane Smith. And I have loved Lane Smith's work from, back in the very early 90s when he was doing like The Stinky Cheese Man and all those books. And it's funny, like sometimes he'll do kind of straightforward and sweet picture books, but every now and then he'll come out with something kind of crazy. And that's what this is. And I love that. I love that for him. So
Beautiful
kind of,
end papers.
kind of abstract. But I love that. I love the boldness of this. It turns out this is going to be very important throughout the book, that word. So we started in elementary school. You've got all these different phases. At school, we read, we write, we learn, we study. It's pretty fun. But sometimes we need a break from all that fun, right? That's why there's recess. And so you don't get to recess right away. You've got to get through your lesson. But what if recess is still a long time from now? I mean, you all look like you could use a recess this minute. What do you say? Here? Now? Okay. Excited to play tic-tac-toe? Just kidding. Ready, set, recess. And then it tells you what to do. Everyone shake your hands, shake your legs. Everyone shake your booty. Shake, 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 shake. Stop. End of recess. I did not think there would be that much booty shaking. So it's like a great, funny, interactive book. I could see using this with a class. Everybody could get up and do all this stuff.
It would be great for indoor recess because you get the kids moving.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the silliness of the illustrations. And then I love the contrast when we go back to the school. We should probably get back to learning. How about math? And then there's a story problem. The classic iguana eats 4 bananas. How many people can yell bananas? Let's find out. So I love that it cues you up.
Right, to what's going to happen on
recess. Everyone yell bananas. And then it's like bananas, 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 bananas. Yikes, that was way loud. It's so playful and so fun. And that's basically the book. It's this throughout the whole thing. I love this one where you're typing in the air.
Yeah.
Look at his fingers. Yeah, too silly. Stop typing. And then you looked like you were trying to tickle a ghost. It's so playful. We're going back to spelling. I love this monochromatic grim. And I love that everything becomes super playful. Here you're quacking like a duck. I cannot say enough about how much I love this. Even music is grim. It's come on. So there's trombones and marching and just super fun. And in the end, we need to chill, breathe in, breathe out. And then at the end, is someone snoring? That's a little too chill.
Yeah.
So super fun, probably elementary.
I would think elementary. Yeah. This would be a fun one. I was just thinking as you were reading through it, you could break it down throughout your day too and read a couple. And then when you have your recess or you feel the kids need a break, take a little break with this and have them do all the motions or the verbalizations in it. So I think that would be a lot of fun with that one.
Totally.
And you can have the kids come up with, well, if we have to stay inside and we need to move around, what are some things that we could do to get the wiggles out?
Right.
So that we get all those neurons going for you to make the connections as we're talking about our lessons. So, yeah, I thought this was a fun one. It was, I think we ended up with all kind of outdoor books this time, too.
We did.
But this is a great one to end with. Recess, Blaine Smith.
Oh my God. It makes me so happy.
Yeah.
It feels like a return to form. Like it's just like, this is what I used to love about particularly when he teamed up with John Cheska.
Yes.
To do all those books. Like they all had that. There was like Cowboy and Octopus, Stinky Cheese Man, True Story of the Three Little Pigs.
Yeah.
Just
it's one of my all-time favorites.
I know.
Yeah.
Quack.
Yeah.
That's great. So there's the code if you would like to scan it and place a hold.
Great. Well, thank you, Sheri. Thanks for picking out some fun books for us to talk about.
Always.
And we look forward to joining you next month with 4 new books to talk about. Have a great day. Bye.
Thanks for watching Picture Book Chat. If you enjoyed this discussion, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. We'll be back next month, and until then, happy reading with the children in your life.